1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Ali Ahmed. First, the headlines. Information Minister has vowed to continue struggle against elements who damaged the country socially, economically and democratically. Chairman Senate and Defence Minister at a meeting with the ANP leadership in Charsadda have discussed prevailing political situation of the country. Minister for Energy says government is committed to promote domestic and international tourism to project the country's true image in the world. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Hurriyat leadership says resolution of laundering Kashmir dispute has become imperative for peace, progress and prosperity of South Asia. The United States Special Representative of Afghanistan, Reconciliation and Taliban representatives have discussed situation in Afghanistan and the ongoing peace negotiations in Doha, Qatar. The United States Senate has approved a relief bill amounting to $1.9 trillion to deal with impacts of coronavirus pandemic. And now the news in detail. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Senator Shibli Faraz says the PTI government believes in democracy and has promoted democratic values in the country. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said the PTI has emerged as the majority party in the National Assembly and the Senate. Besides, it has representation in all the provinces. The Information Minister said the reason for the popularity of PTI as the party is sticking to its ideology based on morality and the rule of law. He said the PMLN and the PPP, on the other hand, have confined to Punjab and Sindh provinces respectively. Shibli Faraz said the opposition parties are resorting to different tactics to pressurize the government, but the Prime Minister will not come under any pressure as he is doing the politics of principles. The Information Minister vowed to continue struggle against the elements which socially, economically and democratically damaged the country. He said the government believes in transparent elections and has also taken steps in this regard. On the economic front, Shibli Faraz said the economy has been stabilized and its benefits will reach the poor people. Responding to a question regarding upcoming Chairman Senate elections, he said PTI has nominated Sadiq Sanjarani as its candidate to give representation to Balochistan. Chairman Senate Sadiq Sanjarani and Defence Minister Pervez Khattak visited Walibagh, Charsadda and met with central leadership of Awami National Party. They discussed the upcoming selection of Chairman and Deputy Chairman Senate and current political situation of the country. Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Ali Mohammed Khan has expressed the government's commitment to continue the ongoing struggle across the board of accountability process against the corrupt and the plunderers. Talking to a private news channel, he said for the first time in the history of the country, a sitting Prime Minister has sought fresh vote of confidence, although he was not bound by the Constitution or law to do so. Ali Mohammed Khan said the Prime Minister has made sincere efforts to strengthen the democracy, improve performance of national institutions, and provide immediate relief to the poor segments of the society. Speaker National Assembly Asad Qaisar has emphasized the need for promoting the culture of patience and tolerance in politics. In a statement today, he regretted the unpleasant incident that took place yesterday with parliamentarians outside the parliament lodges. The Speaker assured to hold inquiry into the incident. He, however, said political leadership will have to play its role to curb such incidents. Minister for Energy Umar Ayub Khan says the government is committed to promote domestic and international tourism to project the country's true image in the world. He was addressing a panel dialogue titled Scope of Adventure Tourism in Pakistan on the final day of the Tourism Expo and Family Festival in Islamabad. The minister said India has a nefarious design to undermine Pakistan in the media, for which it has set up hundreds of false websites. He said the government, in collaboration with the private sector, would counter the anti-Pakistan propaganda by promoting tourism activities. Umar Ayub said the government would ensure provision of enabling environment and make all-out efforts to attract the attention of tourists as well as adventurers from across the globe to exploit the country's real potential in the tourism sector. Addressing the ceremony, Special Assistant on Overseas Pakistan, Zulfi Bukhari, said government over the last 2 years has tried to remove hurdles in the way of the tourism. He assured that the government will facilitate the opening of hotels and guest houses at the tourist spots in the next 2 years. He said the guest houses of Pakistan Tourism Development Corporation will also be renovated. This is Radio Pakistan. The second Special Economic Zone of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor has been started in Faisalabad with planned 53.6 billion rupees investment. According to a press release issued by the Board of Investment in Islamabad today, the economic zone will attract foreign and local investors with the state-of-the-art world standard facilities. In this regard, a meeting of Allama Iqbal Industrial City Faisalabad and the Special Economic Zones Committee was held in Islamabad, which accorded approval to 15 applicants and allotted 320 acres of land. Minister for Planning and Development Asad Umar says vaccination of people of 60 years and older age against COVID-19 will be started from Wednesday. In a tweet today, he said the vaccinations would be done in reverse order age-wise, and the registered oldest persons would be vaccinated first. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for renewed global cooperation against crimes, achieve sustainable development goals and recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Munir Akram, in his virtual address at 14th United Nations Crime Congress, said there can be no sustainable development without justice, rule of law, and prevention and control of crime. Munir Akram said, like all other aspects of our daily lives, the impact of COVID-19 on transnational organized crime has been significant. He urged the Congress to prioritize measures for halting the bleeding of the resources of developing countries through illicit financial flows, especially when they are struggling to overcome the challenges posed by shrinking fiscal space to fight the pandemic and achieve their SDGs. The Pakistani envoy called for effective action against falsified and fake medical products such as COVID-19 vaccines and to strengthen international cooperation in this regard. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the working vice chairman of the All Parties Hurriyat Conference, Ghulam Ahmad Gulzar, has said that amicable resolution of the laundering Kashmir dispute has become imperative for peace, progress and prosperity of the people of South Asian region. In a statement, the All-Party Hurriyat Conference leader lamented over the New Delhi's fresh spell of brutalities against the innocent Kashmiris in occupied Kashmir. He sought an active role of United Nations General Secretary in settlement of the Kashmir dispute as per the Security Council's resolutions. United States Special Representative for Afghanistan Reconciliations Process, Zalmay Khalilzad, held a meeting with Taliban representatives in Doha, Qatar, and discussed the situation in Afghanistan and the ongoing peace negotiations. In a tweet, Taliban spokesman Mohammad Naeem said both sides expressed their commitment to fully implement the Doha peace agreement reached in February last year. He said rapidity and effectiveness of the ongoing inter-Afghan negotiations were also discussed during the meeting. The U.S. Senate has approved a relief bill amounting $1.9 trillion aimed at dealing with the impacts of coronavirus pandemic. The Senate voted 50-49 with no Republicans voting in the favor. The House of the Representatives, dominated by the Democrats, is expected to approve the bill on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the President Biden described the Senate vote as a great step in fulfilling his promise to help the needy people affected by the coronavirus. A large number of protesters staged anti-coup demonstrations across Myanmar today despite severe crackdown by the army. Police used tear gas to disperse tens of thousands of people and sitters in Myanmar's city of Mandalay. And finally, the weather report. Cloudy weather is expected in most upper parts of the country during the next 12 hours. Rain, wind, thunderstorm is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, Islamabad, and Upper Punjab. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.